air layering project. I think I took 12 off of this one here, or was this the 12th? Something like that. Anyway, this was the mother plant, and for some reason it died. And well, I noticed that this part here was starting to look sad, but I thought it was just the winter. And then this part was still healthy, but now it's dead. So I'm thinking, well, I got 11 or 13 little guys off of this, and this one should have been the simplest because it was the mother plant. And actually, I've never seen boxwood die. I've seen some that didn't take, but to die, it's unusual. So what are we going to do? Well, we could cry about it, but no use. So what I thought I'd do is, why don't we do an autopsy? I have the feeling it might be in the soil. It can't be the water because the weeds are growing nice. Boy, am I glad I have this set up. Well, you know, when I was still landscaping, money was tight quite often, and my friend Mike would fix what we did was kind of bought a junker truck. It was not running, and, you know, it needs all kind of repairs. To replace the engine, we were going to rent this, and found out that if you're going to keep it for a couple weeks, it's cheaper to buy, so we bought it. Well, Mike was working regular job, so, you know, it took about a month, but it's okay. But anyway, I got it hooked up now, and we're going to pull it out, the can, to see what happened. And I think it's in the roots. I don't see any insects on top. So I'm just kind of trying to get this up, and then I usually take a rubber mallet and bang on it. We have to save all the containers. This container is probably 30 years old, used. Well, the new ones, they don't seem to last as long. But these ones that from my landscape days, it seems to be just fine. So here we go to, okay. I've been scratching. It doesn't seem to be any indication why it should have died. See? Maybe too much water down there. But see, we have all this root here, so it should have been okay. Why it died, I'm not sure. But look at the quality of this material here, right? Look at that size of that thing. Well, this is probably from the old Brunner estate, so we're probably looking at it like a 90-year-old material. So what I was going to do was going to tilt this slightly. Well, you know, I had a batch of these, right, that I did at the same time, same technique, same soil and everything, and they're all still fine. And I really can't see obvious reason why it died, but it died. And, you know, over the years, I don't think I've ever had a boxwood that died like this. When it's small and sometimes you goof in the transplant and stuff like that, but these mature ones, they're tough. One of the toughest plants you could ever get. Yet this one died. So, what's the conclusion? I don't know. Sometimes bad things happen and you can't figure it out. Oh well, this was a very, very short chapter, but I also want to show you these things that fail. Because in the books and stuff, they always show you all this great stuff, and they never talk about bad things that have happened. But to me, this is reality. But like I was saying, I have never seen a mature boxwood die like this. So anyway, it's sad, but this happened, so I'll just throw this away and keep moving. So this is Hero saying goodbye. I'll see you again real soon, and I will continue to show you things that have not made it, because that's sort of the reality of bonsai. Roughly, I had this in mind when I was taking the air layering off. So, when you're doing these things, you have to think in advance of where you're going with it. You don't just take off air layering because you can. You try to cut corners or try to speed things along by visualizing the future. So if this has not died, I would have put it in a semi-cascade pot looking somewhat like this. The apex up there probably will make it so that it follows the line going towards the right. But basically, yeah, this was what I was visualizing. And so it makes it a little sadder, but hey, that happens. Okay, I'll see you again.